Hello, everybody, and thank you very much for the introduction. My name is Dr. Olusola Ayoola, and my video is on now. So, I hope you can see me, because I am trying to see myself. Okay? Hello, can anyone see me? Am I visible, or am I invisible now?
Well, I can see you.
Oh, good then. So we can kick off.
Yeah.
So let's now, if you want money, stop looking for money, right? Look for problems. And I said problems, not trouble. Okay, look for problems. And the solution to these problems. What are they complaining about? Because when people are complaining, you should not join them to complain. You should not complain. You should come with a plan of how to solve the problem, so that when people are done complaining, they will come to buy your solution. It's going to involve some risk, okay? Risky, but calculated risk, and then take the risk. And these are the ingredients that have made successful companies, successful people, successful futures. In my own capacity, I have set up a place called RAIN. And it's about robotics, it's about AI, which is now taking over the world. We've got a lot of things in there. We've got a lab, we've got so much learning and projects going on. We're building drones for logistic companies. Okay, we are building self-driving car projects for, we want to also have our own in Nigeria, right? We want to have traffic, we already have traffic lights like this one, where the policeman just stands inside and the traffic warden stand does the traffic control. You see, we built this already. Now we have this IoT device. You can control your home from anywhere. We have this BTC right behind me. It's what teachers can now use to teach without being physically present. How did I start this? I used to be a shy person. I'm not kidding. I used to be very shy when I was in school. They'll tell me, Olusola, smile. And I can't just talk. I would just start smiling for no reason. I couldn't make friends. I couldn't, my comfort zone. Now, who is going to want to do business with a shy guy? I mean, I don't see any hands, so I guess nobody. No, but I wouldn't want to do that. You want to do business with people who are open, people who can speak up, people who can actually convince you, right? And I then read it somewhere, and the quote was this: those who matter don't mind, and those who mind don't matter. And I began to think that, oh, great, awesome stuff then. So if people complain about my clothing, then they don't matter. If they complain about probably I come from a poor background, they don't matter. I'm not going to be too self-conscious to try to be what people expect me to be. I'm going to be myself. I'm going to chase my dreams. I'm going to lead my dreams, and I'm going to design my future, right? And that was the beginning of my journey. And then I had to push. Studies was so important. And I know you don't want to hear that, okay? But I had to go, tough on my studies, because I wanted to make sure that at every project or phase in my life, I can say, wow, I have ticked that box, that box. I've done my best. I couldn't have done it better, okay? That was me. If I failed, good, I failed. Like I'll tell you, when I was in secondary school, I failed chemistry. Not really failed chemistry. I took 4th position, but that's failure for me, right? I failed chemistry, and I can tell myself now that, you know what, I don't like chemistry, because I failed it. And I know I put my best into it. I didn't fail physics, so I knew I loved physics. I knew I loved engineering. I knew I loved building things. So do your best. Go tough in your studies. So when you pass, you know you're good. And when you fail, you know to do something better than that. Okay? But most importantly, family. I had to keep my family involved. And I did not say relatives. No, come on, not relatives. I mean family. What's the difference then? Family are those you can rely on. Family are those who can vouch for you. Family are those who keep showing up when you're going through tough times. Family are those who have your back. Family could be friends. So I don't like to say family and friends. No, family could be friends. Family could be relatives. Family is home where you can actually be yourself. So God, importantly, yeah, preach it. I know, right? Just like preach it, God. It's always God. God makes a way, and that's one thing that has made me who I am today. So that's how I pushed. Away from pushing, I had to decide to move from career to passion. First of all, I faced my studies, like I said before. I got my bachelor's degree. I had it first class in Nigeria here. And then I got a scholarship from the government to go abroad. I did my master's there, and I did so well that the UK government gave me scholarship to do PhD, and I did it. And the university kept me as a postdoc, and I did it, and I did that, and I did that. But hey, that's career. Career can take you places. But is that your future? Is that your passion? Are you going to be happy to wake up every day to go to work? Or do you want to be a solution provider like I want to be? So I always wanted to be a solution provider to solve global problems, corruption, poverty, insecurity. I wanted to be in the middle of all of these problems to solve them. I wanted to make an impact. I wanted to make an impact so badly. And then I knew that being an engineer was not enough. Because guess what? There are so many engineers better than I am now, far in the deepest part of some multinational companies doing great works, but nobody is ever going to mention their names because they are doing it in the remote places. To be a career person, to enjoy the rest of your future, to never want to retire, you need to be doing what you love, your passion, to be service, the kind of service that people want, the kind of service that people are going to pay for. I mean, think about it, right? I love robots. I always wanted to be a robot person. Maybe because I was shy, but that was my passion. And today, people call me from every country, okay? I receive messages. I receive people asking, can I come and learn with you? Can I come and train with you? The best of experts come to me and say, can we work with you? Not because I'm the best, but because I've provided a solution to what they've always wanted to do. And that's the way to go. So if your passion is STEAM, right? Science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, if that's your passion, then think about the A there. Creative arts. Creativity is what you're going to need. Why? Because all the hard work you love doing, right? Mr. So Good, hard-working guy, all that hard work is going away soon. Because we are building robots that will do that now. So the only thing that the robots cannot do is arts, to be creative. Oh, wait a minute. I just got a notification. We now have robots doing arts for us. So what else is there to do then? You need to start thinking. Start thinking of something more ingenious, right? And that is where the creativity comes in. That's how to be creative. Think about the future. Think about the kind of jobs that are not going to be needed in the future and start preparing yourself. So when you say STEAM, think about the next level of jobs and not, I want to be this, I want to be that. Think about what was going to need tomorrow. Right. So when you develop your passion, you're going to need to fund it, right? Someone has to put money into it. Well, guess who the first person to put money into it? You. You need to put your money where your mouth is, right? So you need to have savings. Who can save in this day with inflation and everything? Who can save? But how much can you stuff into a piggy bank? I guess you're going to need more than that, right? Get some savings. But most importantly, you're going to need your family to be there for you. Because when you think you've saved so much and you look back, you're going to find out that it's not enough. You're going to need people who can trust you. And remember, I said family, not relatives, right? But you have to be of good behavior now. So they would know that you're trustworthy. You must be someone today who can return the change when they send you an errand. When mommy says to you, Junior, go and buy me Bombit or something like that, you should know that you need to return the change. And then tomorrow when you want to start a business, mommy can actually give you her passion, her pension or anything she has saved for your dream to come true. Okay? And that's the kind of story I represent. But hey, you need to be a big risk taker, because only the big risk takers are the biggest game changers. And that's where the difference between a bread hawker and a bakery owner comes in. I'm not going to mention loans now, because people have said, for loans. But hey, investors, and you should be your first investor in your dream, right? And finally, semi-final, my 2 cents for you, young leaders, is this. You've got time on your side. Use it. You can study as much as you want. You've got energy and health on your side. You can wake up late at night, read and do practicals, do stuff. Painstakingly brainstorm about the problems and come up with solutions. When I was young, when I was 17, I wrote articles on newspapers because I was always thinking about the problems of the country. You're also in your tech-savvy generation today. So much knowledge online, okay? Good stuff. You can learn a lot on the internet. And we've got a very good business community now. Everybody waiting for people with great ideas so they can invest in them. And we've got tech hackers right now that can pay you a lot for achieving something great. And finally, even if you just have little money, come closer. If you don't have money at all, and you're thinking, how am I going to start? Wait, you have to have rich ideas first. And you have to be richer in knowledge. Do not be that person who says, I want to own like a car manufacturing company, but you know nothing about it. Because even if everybody pumps money into your business, it's going to go to waste because you're going to have no results. You must know a lot about something. And that's why it's not really about what you study in school. It's about where your future, where your passion lies, what your aspirations lie. Because that's where you're going to find out you really know more than you thought you knew. Share your ideas with others who can fund you as well. Do not hide your ideas. They can steal your ideas, right? We hear that a lot. But can they steal your vision? No, if it's unique. So it's better to own 10% of 1 billion naira than to own 100% of 10 naira, right? So hold on, I'm not done yet. If your plan is to leave Nigeria, think about it. You can go and study. Perhaps you want to come back because it's not your fault that this country is not great yet, but it will be your fault if you leave it like that. Thank you very much, everyone. Ask the questions now.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ayoola. Very, very insightful. So we have a couple questions in the chat. I want to learn animation. How do I go about it? Questions like that. I want to learn coding. What is the process, on how do I start and how do I start to learn coding? That's also there. Then it says, sir, please, when did rain start? So I guess you can begin to take those questions maybe in bulk so that we can just do so and move as quickly as possible. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. When did rain start? Rain started last year in March. We officially opened last year in March, and we did not do much of advert because I already knew that many people wanted to study robotics, and I don't have that big university kind of space. So we didn't make so much noise, but hey, people keep finding out that we are in existence. Last year, March, and we've been on for some time now. If you want to learn animation, you know that the first thing you want to learn is graphics, right? You need to first of all learn how to do 2D graphics, and that's something you can learn online. But when you want to learn 3D graphics, which is the next step, you're going to need someone that can actually teach you how to use Blender and some of all the other apps that exist. There's so many of them. And then to put life into that, you're going to need some painstaking experience with a tutor. Now, there's a difference between getting the knowledge and getting the training, because when you get the knowledge, you know how to do it. But do you do it? Not really. Well, when you get the training, you get someone that says, now do it like this and let me see it. And they can correct you when you're wrong. And that way you get perfected very quickly. So I will say, whatever you want to learn, find a training place you can go. A trainer somewhere in your area. And if it were in a safer world, I would have said, go online and look for a freelance person that can teach you. But we don't know how much we can trust just anybody. So go to your school, ask your guidance counselor if they know any creative arts center, go there, learn. and develop that knowledge, because if it's your dream, then you want to be a step ahead.
Okay, so there's a question here, sir. It says that, sir, how can we invest money saved into our passion?
Okay, so to invest money, back in the days, what people did was to have a piggy bank, and now the temptation is there that when you save something, you're just going to break that piggy bank and take it out. So what I did was I decided already what I wanted to do, and very quickly I thought of how much I needed to save, and I looked at what I was getting in terms of money and what I was spending, and I knew I had to cut down some things. So by plotting a graph, because I love mathematics a lot, I plotted a graph and I saw that if I keep buying this kind of food stuff or this kind of stuff every week, I won't save enough in the next 10 months or in the next 12 months. So I quickly decided, using mathematics, what the savings per day or per week had to be from my earnings so that I can get to my destination on time. And I did, okay? And one thing again is this, because of inflation, you might think you may only need 1 million, but find out when you're ready that it's now 2 million you need. So always double what you're expecting to spend, because you never can tell. Circumstances could change. And if you've got a family member that is ready to support you, you should tell the person that, hey, I have saved already this amount, so if you can just add some more money to it. But hey, never have expectations that people are going to put their money in your dream, because everyone is chasing theirs. It's only going to be a very few people that can actually want to do that. So let's not be too dependent on people. Another question.
Okay. So we're just going to take one last question, and I think that this is something you can help us answer. It says that I have done my research on the universities in Nigeria, but none of them offer robotics. So what advice would you have for that, sir?
Awesome. The whole world is waking up now. So very quickly, you're going to see that very soon there will be so many universities offering robotics. But the funny thing is this: to learn robotics right now, you need to do masters, you need to do PhD anywhere in the world. There is no bachelor's degree in robotics per se. We have mechatronics, we have AI, but robotics is seen as something that should be after mechatronics. Okay, it's like the next step from mechatronics or mechanical or electrical. So what you have to do, first of all, is figure out the skills in robotics that you really want to learn. You see, go to universities, go what your passion is. They're not going to teach you, even if they claim to be robotics, they are most likely not going to give you knowledge on robotics. I can guarantee you that. Because even those who went to study mechanical, how many of them know a lot more about mechanical? It's just a theory, right? So the only difference between robotics and every other field is the creativity, is the exposure to coding and to so I think go to wherever you can learn robotics, a professional qualification and not really an academic qualification. It's the experience that counts there. All right.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. So there's still questions coming in. So would also plead with you that you can respond to questions available in the chat while we go ahead. But thank you so much for the time. It was very, very insightful.